Hello SLAPAFISH community, welcome back to another Tanks Console video. So in this video, I'm going to be playing the Gorynych KV-5, a monster tank. This is also a monster tank, and also it's tier 8, and it's preferential. So that means when it's +2, -2, you can't meet tier 10s. When it's +1, -1, you're always top tier. It's +1, -1, I'm always top tier. So sweet. So I'm going to have two replays for you. The first one is going to be the normal game mode, the World War II mode. The second replay is going to be in the Halloween mode, but for 2020, since the 2021 version of Halloween mode has not came out yet. That comes out in 2 days, so old footage, but the concept is still pretty much the same. That's why I looked at it. Anyway, so let's just go over the equipment and crew skills I have on this tank. So, my equipment is the Spawliner, Enhanced Target Info, Advanced Loader, and Advanced Powertrain. Now, my commander is Born Leader, Rapid Loading, 6th Sense, Steady Aim, Off-Road Driving, Armor Angling, Controlled Impact, Silent Driving, and Clutch Braking. So let's talk about the KV-5. How do I have it loaded out? Basically, I have my KV-5 loaded out, so it's a rammer. Basically, the KV-5 is really good at ramming with its 11.98 horsepower per ton, but that's not why people play the tank. They play it because of how heavy this tank is. If you can get up to your top speed or even faster at 40 and ram somebody, that's 102 tons. The KV-5 is one of the most heaviest tanks in the game. It's in the top 10. Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about KV-5 is all about the armor. It's fun for ramming. It's all about the armor. It's preferential, so it gets a terrible gun. Which it's not a terrible gun. It's a really fantastic gun. Its rate of fire is 7.32 rounds. With 300 damage, 2,196 GPM. Not bad, right? Actually pretty good. It's the same gun that's on the T150 or the KV-2's 107mm. So it has 167mm of penetration on standard, 219 on its premium. Aim time is 2.3 seconds, and its accuracy is 0.4. So the armor is really good. It has some weak points. It has the cupola. It has the R2-D2 cupola man hash thing in front of its turret. So, also the tank's really good at side stripping, as you can see I'm doing right here. So, do I recommend getting this tank out of all the other ones? So, if you don't have a preferential tank, so there's actually only two preferential tanks that you can earn through the Monster Hunter op, which is the Botcore, which is a tier 8 American heavy tank, or the Gorynych tier 8 Soviet heavy tank. If you want a preferential tank, that's your two choices at tier 8. If you like a tank that has really good armor, you just like the armor. If you like the KVs, you'll definitely like this tank. You just gotta hide your weak points. It's just a fun tank. The KV-5 has always been a fun tank. Even before the boss, it wasn't the greatest of tanks, but it was just always fun to play. Because if you can hide your weak points, you're just pretty much unstoppable. Also, if you can ram somebody, it's fun ramming people in this tank. So, it's a fun tank, but now since they buffed it, buffed 30 PM, and buffed what else? Oh yeah, they buffed the armor. The tank is really nice. It's really powerful. So yeah, the Gorynych KV-5. Really nice tank. You'll be shooting a lot of premium rounds in this tank, as I'm doing right here, against another Gorynych KV-5. And I do want to say the silver boost is a 50% silver boost, and your XP boost is 15%. It makes normal amount of silver, average amount of silver for tier 8 premium tanks, at 50% silver boost. And so, yeah, what else do I want to talk about? The speed is pretty nice. like I said, I had the powertrain on here, so I have higher horsepower per ton, and I also have my fuel, so I get higher horsepower per ton. The turn rate of this tank is pretty slow, which messes up the ramming capability of this tank. The gun's pretty nice. Like, it hits for 300. If you can penetrate them and just keep on firing, you're just gonna rip your enemies apart, and if you can actually put some ramming damage in there. Also, it takes artillery shells pretty nicely. So, what else do I want to say? I don't know. KV-5, really nice tank. It's a fun tank. Preferential. Tier 8 Soviet. Pretty much like a super heavy. It is a super heavy. So, yeah. Killed the Artie. About to kill the KV-4. Oh, look, a Shaska. Shaska shot us in the side. Also, forgot to mention this. This tank has a lot of hit points for tier 8. Especially preferential. 1,780. That's a lot of hit points. Especially for a preferential tank. And goodbye, KV-4. Gotta shoot you in your weak point. And now, we just go back to the post-game results and see how we did. Got a victory. Should be able to get an MVP. Easy MVP. 2,200 damage dealt. 5 kills. Blocked 5,370. And yeah. Side script in this tank. It's very fun. Hide in your weak points. Makes the armor amazing. We also made 62.5 thousand silver. So the next replay I'm going to be showing you is the Gorynych and the Halloween mode, and this is from last year, 2020. So let's talk about your abilities of the Gorynych. The Gorynych actually gains hit points back. As you can look in the bottom left where my hit points are, I am slowly regaining. I gain 5 hit points at a time, and you also get 3 different types of shells. Your first shell is a Flamethrower. It will always penetrate the tank. And what else? And it has a short range, a very short range. The second shell is just like a normal shot. It's a fireball that goes straight. And the third shell is like an artillery shell that it's a fireball that goes like a arc, like the artillery shell. It's really nice for shooting in cover. And the Gorynych KV-5 it's a really nice tank, honestly. Especially it's a really nice tank in both modes. This is a very superior tank. And also if you're on the enemy side, if you're fighting on Gorynych, you must have a fire extinguisher. Because everything that the Gorynych does lights you on fire. It doesn't matter what shell. It doesn't matter the flamethrower. It doesn't matter fireballs. It doesn't matter. Because you will always get a little fire. Now, you may be wondering, why use the flamethrower if everything lights you on fire? What's the purpose of the flamethrower? Well, easy. I have a example of what it is. Also, right here, I'm trying to find the Revenant. This is a good example of how hard it is to find Revenants. Which is the Crash Panther, and there it is. And lit him on fire. We also have the most amount of hit points in the game mode at 3,200. And I will slowly regain all my health. Now, the shells. This is a really another good moment of shooting the third shell, which is the artillery one. Well, the high arcing shell, because you can just shoot behind cover and just shoot people, which is really nice to do. It's really fun to do. Also, the Gorynych is a really powerful tank. If you have a good Gorynych player on your team, you're more likely going to win. Because it's fun. And what else? Yeah, the flamethrower. Also, here's the first time I fired the single shot in this match, I think. There's a bog core. Boom, lit him on fire, did about 200 damage. Here's the flamethrower. So the Flamethrower, the really nice thing is, it takes out crews a lot, and you're always doing damage. You're doing a lot of damage, and I just took that Bog Horse crew out. He had 1,000 hit points left, and it just took his crew out. Magic! That's how that works. So anyway, that's it for me. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Also remember SLAPAFISH, because why would you not? And peace out. See ya.